Greetings all. Well, this one's all about our privacy. I spend quite a bit of time on computers and on the internet, mostly because of the YouTube channel, and also because of my stockbroking accounts, my bank accounts, shopping. I use Amazon a lot, and so I'm out here. I have a fair idea of how things work, I guess, but I'm not a real geek about all of this stuff at all. To me, the camera, the computer, the software, the internet, it's a hammer. Yeah, a tool, just like a hammer. And I'm done swinging my hammer at nails. I don't sit around going, oh, is this hammer cool, man? I'm obsessing over it. I don't do that. I don't do that with my digital equipment either, or the internet. Tools, just like hammers. Put them away on the shelf when I'm done. But obviously, the tool is a bit different than a hammer because, well, it's becoming more intelligent all the time, you could say. Closer we get into this space of the AI, the worse all of this becomes. We go back long time ago when I would be shopping, say, on the internet, for instance, and, well, then ads would start to pop up that were related to the shopping I was doing. Sometimes things were somewhat mysterious, too. When I lived in California Bay Area, there, San Francisco Bay, I have no idea how or why, but I was getting advertisements for gay men's dating services. No, wrong guy. The AI wasn't too smart. Yeah, and I didn't care for it very much. Well, I realized that as I'm shopping, they track me, and then they will load me with ads from my shopping trips and my searching. This I knew. And so I would search things or shop things. Guitars, for instance. If I did searches for guitars and then guitar ads showed up on my browser and I click on them, then I'd get more and more and more until all the gay men dating service ads disappeared, and I had ads for Fender guitars, Taylor guitars, which I didn't mind looking at. That was, one way I dealt with this a long time ago. Things in recent time started to get worse and worse and worse with all of this, to the point that I had asked my son, who's more savvy about this than I am, about helping me find a way of blocking them. I mean, I've got ad block and stuff like that on there, but that doesn't really do the job. There is a Google app. It's on Google Play. I don't recall the name of it at the moment, but it will, on email browsers at least, it will completely remove all advertising. Pretty amazing thing. Google's pushing ads at me there, and Google's got a tool to make them go away. Whatever. But yeah, I don't get ads on my emails anymore. At least not on the Yahoo and the Google addresses. This app functions there. This app doesn't seem to function on Microsoft's browser. Okay. Yeah, Microsoft's got a browser that's, part of the operating system. I haven't shut it off. In some cases, I actually use it for certain things. Well, it didn't stop the ads on that. Okay. It's a disconnect in there somehow. Well, it wasn't too long ago that I began to realize that I was getting searched for advertising on my emails. Now, I'm still not quite sure whether every word was being tracked by Google or if it was because I'm using a Google, what do you call it, spell check. Yeah, it's possible. I mean, I have it told them basically they can go ahead and look at the words I'm printing and tell me whether they're right or wrong. So, I mean, I've let them in when I'm using a spell check. Well, they're not just using it to check spelling. They're actually using it to hunt for possible ways they can advertise because, well, for instance, I don't use e-bikes. My son does. And, well, we've had conversations about e-bikes in the past, all of them in the form of email, typing back and forth. And, well, I never did a search for an e-bike that I can ever recall. But all of a sudden, after discussing e-bikes in an email with my son, I start getting advertisements for e-bikes. I'm going, okay, they're reading my mail here. Yeah, and, well, I really didn't mind it when the advertisers were using what my shopping and my searching data. If I'm out at the market, at the farmer's market or something, and somebody might just say, "Hey, buy a burrito." Well, maybe I might. In other words, I don't find vendors advertising to be terribly challenging situation. It's very normal in my life. It's a little different with the digital stuff now, because it happens rather kind of sneaky. You don't even know what's going on. Well, then I started to get the suspicion that the live mic on my computer was picking up things I was saying, because there were things I hadn't searched, I hadn't shopped, and I hadn't typed, but I knew that I had said them, and they suddenly started showing up as advertising. That kind of crossed the line, because to me that really amounts to eavesdropping. It would not be something I would have permitted anybody to do had I known they were doing it. So I tested it. Well, we don't use adult diapers in this house, and we do not have a child that uses diapers. So I came up with a word that I was pretty sure I was never going to type, search, and was be an odd word in this household. And so out loud in front of my laptop, I said, "I need diapers." Well, when I turned on my smart TV, dumb TV, to watch some YouTube, the first ads that popped up after that were adult diapers. They were later followed by children's diapers. And I have ever since, periodically, been getting ads for diapers. Okay, I hadn't been getting ads for diapers before. I said diapers out loud in the house. Now, I have one TV here that has an Alexa, but the first thing I did when that thing came in the house was I disabled Alexa. Hopefully she is not listening. She's not answering. If she is, I think I did it right. And so it would mean that if I'm being eavesdropped on in this house, I'm being eavesdropped on by live mics on laptops. I don't have a dumb phone, so it isn't happening that way. Anyhow, so a couple days ago, sitting across the dinner table with Ellen, and we were conversing about pins. She's going to be buying some pins for the Gila Orchid Society, lapel pins, type of thing. Oh, there's been quite a bit of conversation about what they cost and blah, blah, blah. So we were talking about pins. Ordinarily in this house, unless I need a pin to hold up something, I never say the word pin, okay? Not hardly. And I certainly don't go shopping for pin makers. Next day, opened up my laptop, and on the Microsoft browser, I had an ad for somebody who makes lapel pins. 24 hours later, I have 4 ads on Microsoft for someone who makes lapel pins. There's no way that could have happened otherwise. No, the mic was on my laptop. The laptop was turned on. The mic picked up the phrase, and out there in the internet, some AI decided we needed to find an advertiser for pins. Well, at that point, I was very certain that what I was seeing was really happening. Okay. At first, I thought, loopy with the diaper thing. I said, it's a coincidence. Just a coincidence. Well, I sent an email out to my brother, and I said, boy, Bob, this is what I think's happening here. I do believe that my darn computer is eavesdropping on me. So Bob gets back to me, and he gives me a story that he was holding his smartphone at work, turned on. He was searching something on this thing at work. And next to him, there were 2 employees who were talking about fantasy football. Well, Bob said next ad that came up on his smartphone was for fantasy football. And he's been getting more and more of them now, which means the hot mic in his smartphone picked up some other guy's voice, went ahead and turned around and used it as advertising on my brother's phone. His tools are eavesdropping on us. Well, I shut the mic down on my laptop. I don't use it for much anything. I don't know if I decide I'm going to Skype or something, I can turn it back on. But I did discover, too, that Microsoft didn't make that mic very easy to turn off. Yeah, there is no big switch anywhere in the system, the settings, that says microphone off, on. There's a switch, and it will turn the mic off. At least I think it turns the mic off. But that's not what it says. I don't remember what it's called. But it's not straightforward. Microsoft did not want you to turn your microphone off. Yeah, I had to go to a Google search to figure out how to shut that microphone off properly. So here we are. The age of AI. I have to watch what I'm saying around my own house now if I don't shut down all of my digital appliances. Like I said, I didn't mind it when they were following my searches. I didn't mind it when, I'm out shopping on the web and I get more ads for similar types of products from other businesses. That kind of business doesn't bother me at all. They've always tracked your buying habits for as long ago as they could figure out it was usable, that it was valuable to do that. They've been tracking habits, but yeah, things have just gotten really out of control now that it's a digital age with artificial intelligence. Privacy is a joke. If you don't have any. Seriously. Everything in your damn house that has a microphone on it is most likely listening to you. Now, yeah, if I was the sort of person that was, paranoid somewhat and self-important enough to think that things I do somebody else actually cares about, which is always a joke in my mind. People, they're going to read my emails, yeah. And they're going to find out you're a turkey neck. There's nothing in it that anybody cares about. I am not a national security risk, et cetera, et cetera. Anything they'd pick up off of me is pretty darn boring. And so, I've never been one who got worried about, making emails pop and things like that. I don't get involved in a lot of illegal business, and I'm not worried about people looking over my shoulder. Apparently they are. But for the most part, I don't care. Because Whatever they think they see over there is far short of the real truth. The real truth is much, much worse than anything anybody thinks they know about me. Okay, folks, hang loose. Aloha.